released their 2025 Best of Beauty Award winners last week, and no matter what you think of their awards, whether you think they're paid for or if there's some other conflict of interest, I just always think it's fascinating to find out what they think is the best of the best for each year. So I'm going to go through their skincare winners today and let you know what my thoughts are. And I thought it would be interesting to not only tell you what their winner is, but also to tell you what my winner would be. So this is going to be kind of an empties video because I really need to do that. So today we're going to be featuring skincare products. So as I said, I will let you know what they think is the best of the best, and then let you know whether or not I've tried that product and whether or not I think there is something potentially better. So this is going to be another video in my empties series. I did my hair care empties last month, so if you want to find out what my favorite hair care products are, I will link that for you. I did that as kind of a ranking style video. So I just try to keep it kind of fresh for you all. So I'll get started here, and I'm just going to record my screen and we'll go through this way. So I haven't tried every product that won. I'll make that disclaimer. And there are also categories of products that I haven't tried at all. So not everything is going to be for my skin type, and it seems to some extent that they kind of invent different categories as the case may be. And just to touch on what I said at the outset about these being paid for, whatever goes on in the back end, I think they kind of change the categories from year to year to fit different trends. For example, we have Best Hypochlorous Acid Spray, and I don't think that was a category when they started these awards in like 1996. So I think there is some variation there, but I think where Allure really makes its money is with the licensing fees. So brands have to pay, I think, like $100,000 or something to get the little Allure Best of Beauty decal on their products if they want to use it. So I think that's really where they make their money. And there are certainly award winners here that are from brands that are soon to be discontinued, so if that tells you anything about the kind of profit motivation there. Okay, so the first one here is the Best Gel Cleanser, and I haven't tried this product. This is the Rose Ingleton MD Superfruit Brightening Cleanser. I did run the ingredients through the Paula's Choice Beautypedia page, which is something I like to do just to get a sense of what's in a product. It's not the be-all end-all, like formulation matters, but it will at least point out some potentially problematic ingredients. So this one does have, I think, some lemon or citrus oils in it, so that would be a no-go for me. But I will say that my favorite cleanser of this type, so the little call out here from the editor-in-chief, says that she uses it as the second step in a double cleansing routine. And what I like to use is the Prequel Cleanser. So this one is quite disgusting, as you can tell. These were all piled up in my empties. And you can see this one has the eczema seal on it, which I'm sure they have to pay money to get that on there, but this is the Prequel Cleanser. Like I said, it comes with a very generous 13.5 fluid ounce, and I managed to go through 2 of those, and it's a pretty affordable product. You can find it on the Prequel website and also on Target's website, I think in store as well. But I think it is a little bit cheaper on the Prequel website. You just have to get to like a $35 free shipping threshold. So depending on whatever deals Target has running, it may be cheaper at one place or the other. I usually like to stock up on Prequel products when they have some kind of site-wide sale. So the great thing about that product, other than it being accepted by the National Eczema Association, it is 50% glycerin. So this is the one that I just took out of my shower earlier today, and it comes with a very generous pump. So I like to keep this in my shower. So it's kind of what I use to cleanse my skin, either in the morning or in the evening after I've removed my makeup. And it still does kind of lather up, as you can see, but it doesn't have any fragrance, I don't think. I will also just wet my face and then apply it as kind of a mask layer and let it sit on my skin while I'm washing my hair, my body, or whatever else. So yeah, terrific product. So I do like to have that on hand. I also got a little 1 ounce sample size, I think, with a purchase. So that was a really great little travel size. And they also have a travel size you can purchase now, which I just grabbed out of my toiletry bag. I guess they also got the National Rosacea Society accepted award. So this is 2 fluid ounce. So still pretty compact and nice for travel, still pretty generous. You can also use this as a body cleanser. So I do use this as a body cleanser in some more sensitive areas, if you know what I mean. So yeah, great travel size. And like I said, it's a pretty affordable brand. Oh, and I did also want to mention they do have a salicylic version of it now. So it's their cleanser plus salicylic acid. And I also keep this in my shower just on the occasion where, like, coming home from work and I'm all hot and sweaty, or I've been wearing sunscreen and makeup and I just want to really make sure I give my pores a good clean, then I will use this in lieu of the regular cleanser. I don't use that as a body cleanser. I mean, I guess you could, you just probably want to be careful where you put it. So yeah, do love that product. So that would be my favorite cleanser of that type. Best oil cleanser, I don't really have a firm and fast favorite oil cleanser. I have tried the Prequel one and I'm almost done with that, but it's just not really my favorite type of product. I will note that it was interesting to see how many K-beauty products or skincare products made the list. So that kind of tells you where the trends are. I think the oil cleanser they awarded is a K-beauty product. Also has a lot of, I think, essential oils and fragrance ingredients. So that would not be something I would care to try. Best cleansing balm. I think this is also K-beauty, the Dr. Althea Pure Grinding Cleansing Balm. It has a really interesting mechanism where you kind of dispense some by twisting it. I think that one is okay from an ingredient standpoint, at least for my preferences. So I would be interested in trying it. I think my hesitation with a cleansing balm like that in a jar is just that it can be hard to get the product out without it just feeling really messy. So yeah, that would be an interesting product. Again, I don't have anything that is explicitly like that. But we also have the Best Cream Cleanser from Drunk Elephant. This is the Mellow Marula Cream Cleanser. So I haven't tried that. I would be interested in trying it. There was a time where, I might have some here. I dug this out of my not my favorite empties, but I'll show it to you anyway. I think the last skincare empties I did was just about like how many of a certain product I went through. So this is the Delicate Soothing Cleanser. So this is a creamy kind of cleanser. So I would use this as kind of a shower cleanser where I didn't need to get a lot of makeup or anything off. I was just trying to give my skin a nice gentle cleanse. So I like this product. I think it's just cost per ounce or whatever a little bit more expensive. But the Drunk Elephant one sounds like it could be a similar idea. So I would be interested in trying it. As far as a kind of makeup removing step, I don't think they have a product that quite fits what my favorite one is, which is the Jordan Samuel The After Show Treatment Cleanser. So as you can see, this one is in a tube. So it's a little bit more liquidy than a cleansing balm, but not as liquidy as a cleansing oil. Kind of similar to the Lisa Eldridge cleanser, which I also have an empty of, but I prefer this one just because it's a little bit easier to control. You feel like you really have time to work it into the skin. And it's just really easy to use. So I really do like this one. I think they changed the sizing of it. I think I preferred the 3 fluid ounce size just for I guess just the amount of money you had to pay at any one given time. So I do have 2 of the 3 fluid ounce size, and I have a couple now in my back stock. So I just grabbed the new one I have. So this is 6 fluid ounce, which is obviously twice as much. And okay, this one doesn't have a seal on it. So just so you can see, that's kind of how it comes out. So you definitely have time to move it around and really kind of melt all your makeup, but it doesn't leave any kind of film or residue once you apply water and kind of emulsify it. So that would be my personal favorite there. So we have a face scrub from Kate Somerville, not really a type of product I use. If I want any kind of physical exfoliation, I will use either a Foreo device or just a washcloth will give you some exfoliation as well. We also have the Best Depuffing device, which is not a category I was super familiar with. Best LED mask, so we have the one from Shark here. I have the Omnia one. I think they've come out with a newer version of it, which gives you more kind of like neck coverage, I think. So I'd be interested in upgrading at some point, but the one I have works fine. So there is that. I will also note, just as a PSA, I feel like I'm the FSA evangelist here. So the pre-tax dollars you use in an HSA or FSA, you can purchase a Dr. Dennis Gross LED mask because I think it has the blue light and it has acne benefits. It's on the FSA store and they guarantee that all of their products will be reimbursable. I don't know if the Shark mask here would fall under the same umbrella or not. So proceed with caution if you want to go that route, but I just thought I would mention it. We also have the Best Microcurrent device, the Zip Halo. I haven't tried the Zip version. I've tried the NuFace, and I have a couple of their activators that you have to use. So I haven't been using mine recently. I have both a 10 fluid ounce and a 1.69 fluid ounce. This was nice because it was kind of good for travel. Had that airless pump kind of system. And these do have expiration dates on the bottom, which I also appreciate. Just be careful. Just be careful with those. And if you notice any, I guess, negative side effects, just make sure you're being careful and talking to your doctor if necessary, because I felt like I would sometimes get kind of like zaps in my neck after I would use it. So it was kind of concerning. You know, I have some like heart rhythm issues in my family, so you just want to be careful and safe. I think red light is pretty safe, universally safe. The microcurrent, I think they might avoid using while you're pregnant, that kind of thing, but just be careful. So the Best Exfoliating Powder, again, that's not something I tend to use. Best Facial Mist, I think that one has pretty good ingredients if I recall. That one is also at Target, I think, so I looked that one up. Next up, like I said, we have the Best Hypochlorous Acid Spray. And this one went to the Prequel Universal Skin Solution Dermal Spray. And if you're ready for it, I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 bottles that I've gone through. So as I said, you can purchase Prequel at Target. I don't always love the stickers and tape and everything that Target puts on their packaging, so maybe order from Prequel if you want a nicer experience. But you can, I'll show you in a minute, but I'm just trying to show you how many I've gone through. 2 more, another 2. But anyway, it has a lid like so, and you can unscrew the pump, so if you need to put it into a different bottle, like if the sprayer breaks or whatever, you can easily do that. I also have one that I'm currently working on here, and again, this one has the National Rosacea Society seal of approval. So just to show you the mist. So it's pretty fine. I only use this as kind of a skincare step. I don't use this for makeup because I think the ingredients and everything are really targeted more towards skincare. So this has 0.02 hypochlorous acid, electrolyzed water, and a soothing mineral concentrate. It has a pH of 5.5. And because I do get eczema, I have rosacea, just general kind of acne concerns. This is really good, just kind of tone down any inflammation in the skin. So it's the first skincare product I use after I wash my face, whether it's at night or in the morning. If I go in with an extractor tool, like this one kind of thing, to work on any clogged pores. I will also spray this just to hopefully ward off any blemishes. So yeah, have gone through a lot of those. So yeah, definitely recommend that, as you can tell. The exfoliating toner they awarded to the Moon Juice Acid Potion, which is quite pricey at $42. So I really like the bottle. I think it's really eye-catching. That one I think also has some ingredients that could be potentially irritating. So I would recommend instead either like the Paula's Choice 2% BHA liquid exfoliant, which is their kind of cult classic, salicylic acid toner, which I've gone through, or for an AHA exfoliant, so pretty gentle here, the 6% mandelic acid plus 2% lactic acid liquid exfoliant. So a BHA will be better at kind of getting in the pores and cleaning them out, versus an AHA will kind of help to loosen the top layers of dead skin cells and help remove them. So they serve slightly different functions here, but they're both liquid exfoliants. So do like both of those, Paula's Choice. As I mentioned, I'm a big fan of the Beautypedia page, so I do like a lot of Paula's Choice products as well. Talking about the best essence, so they awarded it to the Dr. Loretta Barrier Enhancing Milky Essence, which I have not tried. It's pretty expensive there for, I can't see how many ounces you get. My favorite milky toner is the Rhode Glazing Milk, which is so basic, but it is. So I've gone through 2 of these now. I probably would have purchased another one during the Friends and Family sale, but they weren't including Rhode products. I don't know if they will include Rhode during the Sephora VIB sale, but in any case, it's nice that Rhode is sold at Sephora and it is more accessible. I will say that their travel size, which I have somewhere, I'll go ahead and show you out of my Sephora haul. So this is the full size, which is 4.7 fluid ounce. Their travel size that you can purchase is 2.2 fluid ounce, which is actually pretty chunky. Here, it's actually like kind of bigger than I would like to travel with. So if you do get a chance, if you see it pop up, their deluxe size here was 0.67 fluid ounce, which is not a lot, but it will either give you a good taste of it, or it will just be a really nice travel size for a few days. Like if you're going to be gone for a couple weeks, maybe you want a bigger product, but otherwise I really like having this. And it's the type of container, you just kind of dispense it like so. I do like that their caps have that little kind of button that will close the hole, and you can just pop off that plastic bit on the top and pour more into it if you want. So I always like to reuse travel bottles if possible. But yeah, that is a huge win for me. The Prequel, like half and half, doesn't have that. It was like a little plastic strip that you kind of peeled off. So yeah, I'm not a Prequel diehard. Like there are products from other brands that I prefer, but yeah, just thought I would mention that for you. If you want a different option, my runner-up would be the Paula's Choice Nourishing Milky Toner. So this is 4 fluid ounce. This is my other favorite, I guess you would say. And I've tried quite a few. I've tried like the Ilia. I've tried the Paula's Choice in the blue bottle, which is what I originally started using. I've tried the Laneige. So yeah, this would be my runner-up, and Paula's Choice is also really good. You can't even see it anymore. When travel sizes get like this, I kind of give them up or whatever. But yeah, this is my second favorite. And their travel sizes are a nice size, just as they come. They do have a little flap, like so, that you just pop open to dispense the product. So that is a really great option as well. And while we're talking about Paula's Choice, I forgot to mention this in the conversation about the exfoliating toners. This is the 1% BHA sensitive skin exfoliant, which I currently have as a full size. It comes out as more of a gel versus a liquid, and it is 1% as opposed to 2%. So if you do have more sensitive skin, this would be a good product to check out. You might just use it at a slightly different step in your skincare routine. Oh, and I also wanted to mention a couple things. I'm like digging down, excavating this box of empties. Another Hypochlorous spray option, the Mario Badescu, is decent. I will say the prequel travel size of the hypochlorous acid is also a little big. So I have actually taken some of that and refilled like the Tower 28 like travel size I have, which is maybe an ounce or so. These are 2-ounce bottles. So with the prequel, I guess I'm not super loyal to that specific formula. I just really like the kind of value of it because like the Tower 28 tends to be more expensive. So anyway, I hope that's helpful. I also had some eye makeup removers that I thought I would mention. I have this CeraVe Comforting Eye Makeup Remover, which is my favorite eye makeup remover because I do tend to wear waterproof mascara. So I dispense this onto like a Shiseido cotton and use that to remove like my eye makeup basically. And I have 3 of those. So it says it removes waterproof mascara. It has 3 essential ceramides. The waterproof mascara I use isn't like super difficult to remove generally, so you know, your mileage may vary, but I find that it is very effective and gentle. You do get a decent amount of product for a pretty good price. I actually picked up one of these when we were traveling. Like I had to duck into a drugstore because the sample of the Lancome like bifacil or whatever just was like irritating my eyes. So I had to replace that. It's a little bit big to travel with, but you do what you gotta do. Moving on here, best antioxidant serum. I don't think I have one to talk about. We have a couple of line smoothing serums, so we do get multiple options sometimes. The best soothing serum. So I'm really interested in trying Dew skincare. I have one of their moisturizers on my loves list to possibly try during the Sephora sale. I'm glad that they have now come out with travel sizes, which is nice to just try it out. Unfortunately, this particular product, the Dew Deliverance 3-in-1 serum, I'm pretty sure that product has niacinamide, which is something I am sensitive to. So I'm going to be skipping on that. We also have the best hydrating serum. So here I will talk about Prequel again. So this is their multi-quench plumping hydration serum with 1% pure PGA, 3% PGA complex, and 10% glycerin, ectoin, and osmolytes, whatever those are. So it comes in a glass jar, which can be a good or a bad thing depending on your preference. It has a pump with a lid. And I've now gone through these 3, and I am now on, and I'm now about halfway done with this one. So it's a really nice alternative to like a hyaluronic acid serum. So it's just a nice kind of lightweight layer of hydration that I like to add in. So I do have dry skin and I am 40 years old. So dry, somewhat sensitive, skin, not super sensitive, but just so you know what I'm dealing with. So yeah, that is what I like for that type of product. The best rich moisturizer, I don't have one that I'm like super in love with. I'll show you one here in a moment, but they have the Road Barrier Butter, which is another product I'm interested in trying. It's nice that it is sold at Sephora, and I guess you get points and everything from your purchase, but I do like to hold out for a Sephora sale, and if it's not included in the sale, then I'm more likely to, I guess, kind of sit on it for a while. But yeah, I am interested in trying that product. One of my favorite richer moisturizers, and I just have a lot of little samples here, is the Tatcha Indigo Overnight Repair. So this, unlike some of their moisturizers, I don't think has any fragrance in it. So yeah, really, really beautiful texture, nice and hydrating. So I have like 3, 4 of these. So I think I kind of stocked up when they were on sale at like Ipsy or whatever. So I do really like this product. I don't always splurge on it because I feel like I'm always trying different moisturizers and skincare, that kind of thing. But yeah, maybe I will try that Rhode one this winter. Best light moisturizer, I don't really have anything. Best brightening eye cream. So they have a Tatcha product, the brightening eye cream. I do like that they do have it so that the little kind of spoon applicator is stored in the cap. That always makes it a lot more handy. I think for this one, I would probably go with the Drunk Elephant C Tango multivitamin eye cream. So this does have vitamin C in it, but it doesn't have a lot of the like citrus essential oils that you find in a lot of vitamin C products. And this one is nice because it has this like twist up mechanism and a pump, so it stays very kind of clean. It's an airless pump, which is nice because it helps you get the product out, but then you don't always know when you're getting towards the end. But yeah, I do really enjoy this. It's not like a must-have for me, but if I had to pick out one type of product like this, it would be the Drunk Elephant. I do have their favorite line smoothing eye cream. So this is the Rock, is it Rock or ROC? The Retinol Correction Line Smoothing Eye Cream. So it's pretty affordable for what it is. This is 0.25 fluid ounce. I think it comes in a few different sizes. So this is just a little squeeze tube. And I haven't used this up. That's kind of what the texture is like. So yeah, so I kind of go through phases of using like a retinol eye cream, but I just try to be really careful because I don't want to irritate my under eyes or get eczema or whatever. So I have used it and it's been fine, but as always with retinol products, just be careful as you incorporate them into your routine. So the best SPF moisturizer, I thought it was weird they did that as a separate category, but in any case. The best face oil. So for this, I would probably just go with a basic 100% squalene from The Ordinary or equivalent brand like Good Molecules. So I like to just kind of pat this in as a final layer sometimes if I feel like I really need some added hydration. I'm not sure what is in the Elemis one. I would bet there are some fragrance ingredients that I would probably want to avoid. But yeah, that is typically how I use a facial oil. Best clarifying mask. I don't really have a favorite. Best brightening mask. I am interested in trying some, I think it's Dr. Idris is how she says her name. So I'm interested in trying some of her products. Best chemical lotion sunscreen. I don't use chemical sunscreens just because they tend to irritate my skin. So I'll be skipping on all of that. Best hydrating mask. I do have a sample of this, but it's not something I feel confident in like saying, yes, that's the best. They did reformulate not too long ago, and I think they took out some essential oils, so that was a good thing. Another chemical gel sunscreen, best mineral sunscreen. So I'll come back to this type of category in a minute. More chemical. Best peel. I don't really go in super hard with any kind of acids. Best foaming acne cleanser, the Kate Somerville Eradicate. I thought I would just mention I do use their Eradicate acne treatment, which is very similar to like the Mario Badescu one, where there's like a sediment layer and a liquid layer and you have to stick a Q-tip in and then put it on your blemish. So this one contains 10% sulfur, which is good or helpful for acne. I'm not sure if the Mario one has sulfur or if it's just salicylic acid. So anyway, I did pick up a few of these when they were, I think, 50% off at Ulta during the 21 Days of Beauty. So sulfur can be good for you if you have acne, but just pay attention to what else is in a formula and I guess how you're using it. My husband uses that as well. We have a cleansing bar, acne cleansing bar, best all over acne treatment. Acne spot treatment. So they are calling out the Mighty Patch, which I guess this is an unopened little sample I have here. So these are just hydrocolloid patches. They're not medicated at all. And that is what they look like in the package. You would just kind of open this and then peel them off the plastic and stick them on your blemish. So they can help absorb anything and kind of like protect effectively an open wound if you have one as it's healing. I actually prefer to the hero ones the Peace Out acne dots. So again, this is an unopened one. I'll show you in a minute, but I have several boxes of these, and acne treatments and things are FSA expenses, just FYI, if you have those. So I think each of these contained maybe 20. This one had 40 apparently, but yeah, they have these individually packaged little pouches, and then they have the dots on these sheets. So I'll show you what that looks like. So the reason why I like these is because they do have, I think they have some retinol and also salicylic acid. It says 0.5% salicylic acid. Yeah, and also has retinol acetate maybe, some aloe. But this can help to actually kind of like bring spots to a head a little bit, I think, or just help, I don't know, increase cell turnover or whatever those ingredients do. So these do a little bit more than just serve as kind of a bandage or protective layer, which is why I like them. I usually go for just the regular ones, but they do also have, I think they're like day dots, have a slightly thinner texture, so they're a little bit less noticeable on the skin, but I usually just go for the thicker ones. So those would be my pick. So I actually just picked up the Best Retinol All Over, what is this? All Over something. It's cut off there. But anyway, this is the different adapalene gel, which used to be just a prescription product, and now you can get it at 0.1% over the counter. Also an acne FSA product. But I thought I would try this again. I've used it before and it's been fine on my skin or whatever. So I thought this might help kind of with some pore congestion and things I've been experiencing. So anyway, it comes with a cute little pump. This is the 1/2 ounce size. I thought it was going to be in a tube, but it was actually a little pump. So it's just like a little gel type product, like so. So yeah, I would just use this at night. I don't know what the actual instructions say, but yeah, you do want to make sure that you are cautious about sun exposure and wear your sunscreen and all that. So yeah, I'll try using that again for a bit and see how it goes. The Best Acne Spot Treatment, we had another, I think, K-Beauty product, the April Skin Keratin IPMP Clearing Solution. They had a really cute, I think, tie-in with the, was it Zootopia movie? I was kind of bummed that I couldn't partake because, again, this particular product or range of products, I think, has some like essential oils or whatever. So anyway, skipping on that. The Best Facial Hair Remover, they have the Flamingo Refillable Dermaplane Razor, which I'm sure is good. It's a pretty decent price. I like the Dermaflash, even though I feel like it's really kind of wasteful and expensive for what it is, but these are the little cartridges that hold the blades, which You're supposed to only use once. So yeah, I like using the Dermaflash, but if you do want to use some kind of peach fuzz removal device, you don't necessarily have to shell out for this. Maybe wait until there's a good deal if you want to try it. But otherwise, you can't certainly use that kind of razor. So that was it for the kind of primary skin category. I did also want to just touch on a few things here. So they had a dedicated sensitive category. And just really quickly going through these, the best moisturizer for sensitive skin, the Peach Slices Redness Relief Calming Cream. I'm pretty sure I have used that before. I might have featured it in a haul at one point, but anyway, I think it's a pretty good product, pretty inexpensive. So if you do want to try that out, I think it's decent. The best face mist, I haven't tried that one. I did purchase a toner, like a milky toner from Estura during a sale, I think, but I haven't really used it so far. Best hand soap, I'll go ahead and mention this. So this is the hand soap I use. It's the foaming hand soap refill from the Whole Foods brand, fragrance free. So I just fill up a different container. But yeah, I usually opt for that as opposed to like a Bath and Body Works type soap. Those can be a little bit stripping and drying. I usually do follow up with a moisturizer after I wash my hands, but yeah, there's that. We have the best body wash from Scene. I'll talk about some body washes in my like body empties, I guess. Best detergent. So we do use the Tide Free and Gentle Pods. So same line, but different format. And then there's the Gentle Hydrating Shampoo and Conditioner from CeraVe, which I have not tried. For Steels, I think there was something that I wanted to mention. The Cetaphil Gentle Skin Cleanser, I feel like we've debunked Cetaphil by now, but maybe not. I would definitely recommend CeraVe or like the prequel over that. So this is what I wanted to talk about. The best skincare steal, the Versed, I think it's Versed, Doctor's Visit Instant Resurfacing Mask. You can kind of see it in the video there. But I have used this a few times. It hasn't been like a super consistent part of my routine, but usually when I'm taking a bath, I like to apply a mask or whatever. This is not one that you want to leave on too long. I think they recommend only 2 to 3 minutes, but it is a more kind of intensive AHA exfoliating treatment, and it kind of looks like pineapple jelly, which is kind of fun. Just goes on kind of like a gel. I'll do it on this other hand so I don't kind of do too much, but yeah, so it's just like so. So it just kind of looks like a gel layer once it's on, and you just rinse it off after a couple minutes. So yeah, that's nice to give you a nice chemical exfoliation, make your skin feel nice and smooth. And I think that was really it. I would be interested in trying the EOS body lotion, another body wash. I haven't tried the Skintimate shave oil. I do like their shaving cream or shaving gel, I guess. So again, I'll talk about that in my body care empties. We have a body butter. So I think that's it for steals. We also have a clean category, which I think by now they can probably get away with because it's not as much of a novelty or a super exclusive category anymore. Like there's a lot of brands that play in this arena. So they have the best clean skincare is the Innisfree Daily UV Defense Mineral Sunscreen. And this one, when do you expire? I think it expires in October, mid-October, and I still have a good amount here, so that will tell you kind of how often I use it. I guess I just have a lot of skincare to get through, and this one, you can see it has a slight tint to it. This one's the green tinted one. So even on my skin tone, it can just be a little bit more of a challenge just to make sure it looks normal. If you have a lot of redness in your cheeks or whatever, you might enjoy that. You can see where I got a watch tan, so I was not very good about applying sunscreen on my hand and wrist, but it's fine, but I don't know. It's not probably the one I reach for the most. Skin Fix, the triple lipid peptide cream. I think I can never remember like what formulation they're on, if I've tried the one that they currently have or not, but I have enjoyed their products in the past. I may do some separate videos on fragrance and makeup. Should have applied the Kosas lip gloss today. Go ahead and throw that one on. And yeah, there's the Amit Collet product. As I mentioned, they are going out of business. A little bit too pink maybe for this look. But yeah, I might come back to talk about those if you guys are interested. We have the Native Moisturizing Body Wash. I don't think I've tried that one in particular. I've tried some like minis of some different Native body washes, but I don't know if it was that one. And yeah, so that's it for clean as far as what I wanted to talk about. And then breakthroughs, the product that I have been using more often than not as a sunscreen, the Elta MD. So I was kind of surprised to see that this was a winner, and they have a long kind of description of why they think it's so revolutionary, but essentially it has a lot of skincare in it is kind of the gist of it, I think. So it does come out pretty white, but it still, I think, feels a little bit nicer on the skin. So, I mean, they both look kind of the same right now, but yeah, I have been enjoying this. It's not empty yet, and sunscreen is also an FSA product, so I'm usually pretty happy to pay some money for a sunscreen if I find one that I like. I do like this one. For a thinner type formula, I use the Summer Fridays, but this one is nice because it has SPF 50. So I think that is it for skincare. I think I've been talking long enough, and I'm glad that I only tried to do one category in this video. So stay tuned for body care empties. I'll probably be doing that in a similar format coming up here soon. And I did use makeup products. My entire face almost is products that won different awards. So I think some are better than others, I'll say that. But we'll see what I have time for in terms of doing kind of a dedicated video evaluating the makeup winners. So as always, let me know what you guys think down below, what you think of any of these products that I mentioned. And until next time, I hope you guys are all doing well and staying safe, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.